Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today we are going to do a little sneak peek of a new product suite that's going to be coming out in January of 2024. So good morning, good morning. And I had the opportunity to attend a Stampin' Up event yesterday for demonstrators. So it was called On Stage. It was on stage at home, so it was a virtual event. But the cards that we made at that event featured this particular suite, and I'm just really excited about it. It's a super cute little suite of products. And I just thought I would share some card ideas with you guys today just to give you a little sneak peek of what's coming and basically share my favorite suite so far. so so good morning, good morning. So here is the product suite that we'll be playing with. It's called the bundle is called Be My Valentine. And it has some adorable little, of course, bee images and sentiments or greetings in it. But this particular bundle also comes with a bee builder punch. So there's three different little punches here that you can use to create the bees or decorate the cards. So that's what I'm going to show you today. We learned some fun little techniques yesterday during our on-stage event. So I'm going to share that with you too, because I thought it was a really cool technique. So good morning. Good morning, everybody. So these are the cards that I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to show you the designer paper first. I cut my designer paper down to, let's move these out of the way. I cut my designer paper down to 6 by 6 inch size so that I could kind of show you some of the cute little patterns in here. So I really like bees for card making, not for anything else, but I like them for card making. So there's 12 different patterns in this paper pack. The paper pack is actually 12 by 12. I just cut it down to 6 by 6 so I could show you guys easier. But it has some adorable little patterns on it for card making or scrapbooking. Well, actually, these two, this is front and back. So I'll just kind of do it this way. So that's front and back. Just really cute little designs that I thought you guys would enjoy. I always get super excited about the new catalog. It's like every time new stuff comes out, it just makes me so excited. There's just so many cool things coming. I did have the opportunity, well, everybody at the event had the opportunity to view the new catalog, and it's just absolutely stunning. So I think I say that all the time, but it truly is. I'm just really excited about all this stuff. Okay, so that is the designer paper. So that's what I'm using today. And then there's just some cute little embellishments, which I've already used quite a few, but there's little hearts and little flowers that coordinate with this particular suite. And then the other thing is just some ribbon. So the color in this suite is actually sweet sorbet. So that's the reddish color that's in this ribbon and in the designer paper. All right, so I'm going to take you through a couple of cards. And oh, this is really super bright. Let's see if I can tone this down a little bit. There we go. All right, so we'll put this one together. I put together some really simple cards. We made a couple of different cards during the event, but then, of course, I had to play around with it a little bit more and share some fun things with you. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to create this little bee. So you can use black memento ink. I tend to use early espresso. So believe it or not, this little bee is created with early espresso. I just like the way the Stampin' Up ink pads stamp better than the memento. So that's just my personal preference, but you can use the black memento. So I'm gonna grab a little mat here for stamping. And there's a couple of different images in here to create the bee. So I'm going to start out with, let's move this. I'm going to start out with some Daffodil Delight, and that's how we're going to create the body of the bee. So we'll just ink this up, and I'm going to stamp it kind of towards the bottom of this piece. And then we will add the body. And again, I'm using early espresso. You can use black memento if you have that or prefer that. So I'm just going to add this part, and it's an overlay stamp, so you just gotta kind of line it up and then stamp on the back side of the bee. And actually, let's add the little face. There's a couple different images in this particular set, different faces that you can add. So I'm just going to add just a little smiley face. So we'll add that little smiley face right there. And then we'll punch this out. So I probably should have cut this paper down because it's going to cut out everything above too. So we'll just line up the little bee in there and punch them out. So we have part of our bee put together. So one of the cool little tricks that we learned at the event, which I thought was really neat, Shannon West shared this with us, is to create the wings. I'm going to use a little bit of Pool Party ink. Let me just put this stuff away here. And there's this little wing image in the set. And we are going to stamp it kind of sideways because it kind of goes in sideways. I'll just do a couple of them. So we'll stamp it in Pool Party. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just add a little bit of watercoloring to this. So you just kind of squeeze the stamp pad. So, well, you got to squeeze harder apparently. Apparently I don't have enough strength this morning to squeeze some on there. Let's see if I got some now. There we go. So you squeeze the pad together and you get a little bit of ink there in the tray. And then you just take a little aqua painter. We don't call them aqua painters anymore, but you add some water to this ink, and then you just use this to just add ink across this little design here. And then you just let it dry, and it just kind of colors it in really nice, so it's not just straight white, kind of adds just a little bit of color, and you can add as much ink or as little as you want. And then this, I usually just take a little paper towel and just wipe this out because you don't want to get water on your ink pad. So once you're done, you just wipe that out, and then you let this dry. And you can use your heat tool to dry it too, but it just gives a really soft color in the background for those wings. And then this is what it looks like when it's dry. So it's kind of cute. So I have the little wings that I'm going to add, and then you can also create the little antennas. You just stamp that little antenna on some white cardstock, and then I just cut it out with this little heart shape here. So those are the pieces for our little bee. So I'm just going to put this little one together here. I just wanted to kind of show you how to put this together. So let's get that guy on there. And then we'll just tuck his little antenna on there. And then we got our little bee. So I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. So isn't he cute? He's just so cute. I like like I said, I don't care for bees in person, usually. More so wasps. I don't like wasps. But I just thought this was just a really cute sweet. And what a cute little Valentine sweet. I'm going to add a couple dimensionals, and then I'll show you how to make the card. Okay, so we'll set that aside for the moment. Let's bring back our card. So what I did is I just started with a piece of white cardstock for the base of the card. And then I just cut a 3 by 5.5 inch piece. I know I cut the bees. I'm going to use the yellow side, but this is just a 3 by 5.5 inch piece. And I'm just going to put this on the right side of the card here. So, you can use these layouts that I'm sharing with any supplies that you have on hand. So I know the bees are really cute, but you can use this with any supplies. All right, so that is that part of the background. And then I decided to create, so I added another piece of designer paper, but I cut it a little bit bigger this time. I cut it at 3 by 3.5. And I think that one was just a little scrap piece that I was using, but I wanted a little bit more of, the flowers to show through because this is how the design will look. So I just cut this a little bit bigger both ways so that I'd have more flower in the background. So it's 3 by 3.5. So we'll add that. And then I used the Stitched with Whimsy dies. I thought those dies, if you haven't seen the dies, let me just show you. I thought the dies would work really well with this particular suite. So they're all these little stitching here, and it kind of gives that impression of, the bee leaving a little trail. So I really liked that particular design on here. So I just used that on this piece of white cardstock. And the white cardstock is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to put a greeting on this right away. And one of the colors in this particular suite is this lemon lime twist. So that's what I'm using to create this little greeting. It's got some really fun colors in it. And let's see, then I have a piece of petal pink, which is 2 3/4 by 2.5. So let's see which way I put this on here. This way is the way I put it on. So let's add this piece behind here. So I just wanted to pull out a little bit of the pink out of the flowers and just kind of highlight this a little bit. Let's scoot this down. There we go. All right, let's bring that back and we'll pop this up with some dimensionals. Yeah, it is hard to decide what which pattern to use of the DSP. Sometimes I like the fact that it's double-sided, but sometimes it's like, "Oh, I really don't wanna use that." Well, I guess we'll add a bunch of dimensionals here. All right. So let's add this little guy on here, and I'm gonna just put this off the right side. There we go. And then we'll just add our little bee. Isn't that cute? I just love the bright colors, and these colors really coordinate well together. All right, so we'll add our little bee. And then I just added one of these little hearts from this sheet of embellishments. Just add a little red heart there. And then on the inside, I just added some designer paper again, just to kind of decorate the inside. But I just thought he was really, really cute. So that is the first card that I want to share with you. And then let's make the second card here. So this one I just used a little different colors of designer paper. And this time I gave the bee um, just some pink wings. So I did it the same way that I did with the blue. I just used petal pink instead of the pool party to create the wings, but I still did, that little bit of um, watercoloring. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with some sweet sorbet. So this is just a 1 by 5.5 inch piece, and we'll just put this off here on the left side. And then we're going to start adding in our designer papers. So I have a 2 by 4.5 inch piece. So that's what this one is. So we'll add this, whoop, right off the paper. So we'll add this, and I'm not going to put it over as far, I don't think this time. And then I have a little 1 1/4 by 3.5. So I kind of was using up a lot of scraps yesterday when I was crafting along. So this is 1 1/4 by 3.5. Little honeycomb. So we'll add that. And then I just used one of the stylish shape dies just to create this white square shape. So this one I just popped up. So let's go ahead and do that. So I like to just add a lot of different layers. A lot of times my card designs come from some of the scraps that are laying in front of me. I just kind of play around with the scraps until I come up with something that I like. So that's what I did. All right, so we'll put this right about here, I think. And then let's stamp this little greeting here. So I just have a 1/2 inch wide piece of petal pink. And I have to find my greeting. So I again used the early espresso ink. Let's move this up. And I use this big long greeting, "You're as sweet as honey." And I'm just going to stamp it off on the left side of this piece. All right, let's bring these back. And then I just used my scissors and just kind of snipped the end on an angle. So it's a quick and simple little greeting. And this is just going to go on the bottom here. So I'm going to add some little dimensionals across the bottom. Because it's going to be half on and half hanging off. We'll put this over on the side. Let's put it right like that. And then we'll just add our little bee. So I already created the bee because I showed you how to create it already. So for sake of time, I just decided to put it together so that we could put this little card together. So then we'll just put our little bee on there. And this one I put a little different face on it. And then we'll add one of these little hearts. So this time I think I'll put it right here. All right, so that is the second card design. Oh, excuse me. So you can I added some sweet sorbet twine, but you can leave it just as it is because it's really cute just as it is, even without the little twine. And then on the inside, I just added some designer paper and a little bit of the sweet sorbet cardstock. So just really super cute. So someone just asked, when is this available? This is available in January. So this is one of the new product suites that will be coming out in January. But you guys can get it now, all demonstrators have the ability to get these products a month or so before the new catalog goes live. So we were able to get this particular suite because we attended an event yesterday. But the catalog pre-order starts in December. So if you guys want to get your hands on this stuff right now, well, actually at the beginning of December, then I would definitely consider joining. It's a great way to get these new products ahead of time. That's actually one of the reasons why I joined. Besides the 20% discount, I wanted to get, the products ahead of time. I get so excited about seeing the new catalog. So I did provide some information in the description below this video. So if you guys are interested in joining, definitely give it a try. It's worth it to get your hands on those new products. So this one is one that I put together basically with some scraps that I had left over. So I started with a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of white cardstock, and then I used one of those stitched with Whimsy dies. And so this is going to go on my petal pink card base. So we will put this on here. See if we can get that down there. And then I have a bunch of little strips of pattern papers. So the pattern paper pieces, say that 10 times fast, are 3/4 inches. So they're 3/4 inches wide, and they're 3 1/4 inches long. So these were just some scraps that I had. And basically, I just kind of layered them on the card, just kind of staggered them like this across the inside of this design here. So that is how we are going to adhere them. So let's put these down. I like to kind of lay it out a little bit first so I know, how much space I have in here and how much I have to angle them. But you can do this with any of your scraps. This is a great, way to use up your scraps. It just creates kind of a fun little background. And then you can add whatever focal point you want in your background or over your background. So let's see. We will tilt it this way. All right. So that is the background. Cute, right? Just gives a fun little background. And then let's go ahead and stamp our greeting again. So I'm using the same greeting, another 1/2 inch wide piece of little pink. Now, did I cut this wrong? Okay. Suddenly it looked too short. Okay. So let's put this on here. I'm using early espresso ink. Like I said, you can use Memento, black Memento if you want. I like the dark brown. All right, let's put this on. Bring this back. I'm going to just add some dimensionals on here. I have to bring it in front of me a little bit. So you guys probably can't see me adding dimensionals. So this will go on here, and then we will add our little bee. So I have my little bee. If you didn't see the how to put together this little bee, I did share that in the beginning of this video. So I didn't want to kind of take you through that every single card. So you will be able to, kind of re-watch this if you want to see how to put this little guy together. But we'll add our little bee up there. And then we'll add our greeting just kind of across the bottom part. And then you can add whatever embellishments you want. Let's see, can we add something different this time? Let's try some pink ones. Since I'm kind of running out of these, we'll add a couple pink ones here. Down on the bottom. And then this one over here. There we go. So I just added some little pink flowers. So cute. Isn't he cute? I just really love this suite. And then on the inside, I just added some designer paper just to kind of decorate the inside. You could also add one of the little bees too, just to decorate the inside. So let me bring some of these back here. These are the ones that I showed you how to make. So if you are just joining me and you missed some of these, don't worry, this will be recorded so you can go back and look at it. And then here is another one that I put together. There's a really cute little image in here that, makes it look like the bee is leaving a trail. So I just kind of stamped that all over the place, and then just added my little bee images on here. So this was a really cute and fun one to make too. And then the last two, these are the two that we made during the Stampin' Up event. Um, so there's this one. This one is just white. The bee is white because of the background that we have here, the papers that are in the background. And then we just used the little honeycomb image to create a fun little background with that. And then this one is just layers of designer paper. And I love how we created this little band going across with the greeting and things like that. So let's see. I don't know if I can get them all in here for you. Not really. Well, we'll just leave these in here. I posted those on the page yesterday. So anyways, so those are the cards. I just wanted to kind of get you guys excited about this new product suite that's coming out, get you excited about the new catalog. Like I said, I know that you are not able to order anything right now from the new catalog, but if that's something that you want to do, then definitely join us. Join Stampin' Up, become a demonstrator. You can get a discount, 20% discount. You get access to the new products that are coming out. You get to play with them about a month before they go live. There's just so many benefits to joining. So I highly recommend that people just give it a try. If you don't like it, you can always stop. So there is more information about becoming a demonstrator. You can go to the website and just learn more. You can email me too if you have questions. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have. But like I said, it's definitely worth giving it a try. All right, you guys. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you guys are excited about this new product suite, and I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek. It's just a little something different that I thought I would do with you guys this Sunday morning. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a great week. And I will see you guys all again next week. So take care, everybody.